Do the doctors get your heart racing? Then stay tuned for a little Infanity.
It's showtime.
On TV, playing doctor works great.
Scrubs,
Grey's Anatomy, Doogie Howser.
But these guys, they're the real thing.
We love TV guys.
And right now, the doctors are getting a head-to-toe exam only on Infanity. If there's one thing you can tell women, what would that be?
that would be...
Believe me, on this set, anything goes.
We do a lot about sex or about orgasms. Talking about farts and picking the nose and all that kind of stuff.
I'm just going to say it, vagina.
Good luck with that making the air.
Doctors Travis, Drew, Lisa, and Jim offer your prescription for healthy living. Does red wine count as a fruit or vegetable?
It does for me.
We've got Dr. Phil's take on the Octomom. Will he call it a medical miracle or a multi-mistake?
My key question just centered around, what are you thinking?
Plus, you've heard of Dancing with the Stars, but how about Dancing with the Docs?
They dropped a disco ball.
They did not.
When I did the Dancing with the Stars.
Are you the dancer? Is that why
No!
Drew's pulling back the operating curtain and giving us an exclusive high-tech set tour. Is this too much? And how do medics stay fit? Infanity's hot on the trail.
If you don't get a little bloody on a mountain bike ride, you weren't challenging yourself.
Fun with the docs, how to turn back the clock, and medical shocks. We're making a very special house call on Infanity, the doctors.
You guys watch me. I'm going to be on TV. I have lice. Get rid of my puppy eyes? Does an apple a day really keep the doctor away? And what is one thing that I can do for myself to help you live longer? Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Joyner and welcome to Infanity. This is your chance to get all your health questions answered because Infanity is giving you an exclusive look behind the scenes of the doctors.
We all know what color various parts of our bodies are supposed to look like, but what happens when they turn colors that you don't expect? Is it normal or should you worry?
From the creators of the Dr. Phil Show, the doctors began as just a blip on the heart monitor in 2008, but it started beating strong right away. On this show, no topic is taboo.
This is going to release unwanted gases. This is wind relieving.
Drew, you're the wind beneath my wings, baby.
The daytime talk show gives a healthy dose of easy-to-understand medical advice from an ER physician, an OB/GYN, a pediatrician, and a plastic surgeon, all experts in their specialties.
It's so fulfilling. It's just so great to know that we are helping people not only on the show, but out there in our audience. It's incredible.
And that's one of the reasons why we all went into medicine and became doctors. But now with the show, we're just able to do it on a much grander scale.
If you're embarrassed to talk about something and you haven't discussed it with anyone else, you by nature are going to think you're the only one with the problem.
Right.
By talking about it on our show, suddenly you realize that it's okay to talk about it.
You know, the truth is we all have concerns about our health. I mean, it's truly a universal experience. You know, I always say our viewers are really producers on this show because a lot of what we do is just responding to them.
But executive producer Jay McGraw isn't doing it all by himself.
I'm working for my kid. What can I tell you? It's taken an arc. I'm now working for my kid.
How proud of you are you of your son?
Seeing it be so successful, it's the #1 new show in syndication this year. I mean, I really am proud. Dad's buttons are kind of popping off.
You
on that
must
one.
be.
The kids don't realize that besides the fact that it leads to different types of lifestyles. With the methamphetamine, you get hooked. So what do? You go out and you try and get more money. You lie, steal, cheat.
Why has this show taken off, do you think?
I really believe it's because we cover so many topics in 1 hour. We try to, add a lot of graphics, a lot of visuals, a lot of props, and really get people to understand what we're talking about.
We're free medical advice. You know, with our economy being so difficult, the position that we're in today, people watch our show every single day because, it's hard to get a doctor's appointment.
Keeping an eye on your stool can be an indicator of problems that you're having, potentially serious problems with your digestive tract.
If you find a few pieces of corn in there, it's okay. It's supposed to be in there.
The doctors all share a great sense of humor and show no fear when it comes to some rather challenging topics.
One of my favorite shows, they were talking about different kinds of snot.
People talked about genital herpes, vaginal discharge, jock itch.
We did a show about the vagina. And the reason is because we get a lot of questions about the vagina. We have the oddest discussions in the office of like, what we can call certain parts of the anatomy.
Breast okay, boobies bad?
Right, yeah, it's like that kind of conversation, and I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into?
Scoring an exclusive interview with Dr. Phil, we just had to discuss a controversial medical story that's taken America by storm. Nadia Suleman, who gave birth to octuplets in January 2009.
It's kind of like as soon as they put a label on you like Octomom, that's very depersonalizing. My key question just centered around, what are you thinking? I mean, you got 6 kids at home that you're struggling to feed, that you're struggling to house, that you're struggling to raise, and you go out and intentionally get pregnant again? I'm not telling you that I think she's capable of handling these 8 babies without tremendous support, medical support, volunteer support, all kinds of support. She's not even in the game.
The face of pregnant women has changed. Pregnant women are now more in their 30s and 40s than they ever used to be. Fertility decreases after 30. So you're seeing more fertility factors come in as we're choosing to put off childbearing. And that's just the reality of it.
You know, having one child is a full-time job. And I've got a lot of multiples in my practice, and I think every single mom with that twins or triplets, you know, goes through a time where she thinks she's going to lose it. She kind of breaks down, and they need a lot of help.
Do you think she's gotten out of that fantasy? Do you think that bubble has been burst and she's realizing?
I do. If you were going to take all of these children to the doctor, you've got to have an airport bus. In the first year, the projections are she's going to go through 30,000 diapers. The vaccinations for the first 18 months are likely to be $20,000. The challenges here are going to make it just a very difficult hill to climb.
Liposuction and facelifts definitely get a lot of attention here on The Doctors, but for Dr. Ordon, plastic surgery is more than skin deep.
We brought you here because I am going to do your ultimate makeover.
Are you practicing?
I think that's a lot of what's going through the minds of people that are watching. Are these like real doctors, and do they really practice? And the answer is absolutely.
How do you have time?
Well, it's hard. Obviously I can't be in the office as much as I used to. And this week we did tummy tuck, we did a nose, we did a belly button deal. That was Monday and Tuesday. She wanted an innie. In plastic surgery school, we actually go to belly button class.
See how that is a nice innie, but smooth? That's a natural looking belly button.
Why do so many people look like this?
Well, that's what I like doing the best, are facelifts. I don't know if you saw the episode where I did the O lift, which is named O Ordon.
Right, got it.
But I did my facelift. It took me 30 years of doing facelifts to sort of put together the best that I learned from everybody that I trained with, my experience. There is no pull in a facelift. It's all lifting. Gravity pulls down, you want to put it back.
Right.
So you really have to be careful about putting things back where they were. And if you don't do that, that's when you get those unnatural looks.
Well, Dr. Ordon certainly seems to know his way around a rhinoplasty, but just how skilled is he at spotting the real deal?
What, if anything, have I had done?
Can you raise your brows for me? I've had a little Botox. Maybe a little plumping of your lips. You may have had some filling. I don't know how old you are.
Lips, Mother Nature.
Okay, there you go. Nice lips.
Botox, maybe.
Sorry.
Botox, maybe just a little bit. That's it. You're good.
Psst. Natural.
You're good.
We call it natural beauty.
I want to make one thing really clear, and that is that you're a stud. Yeah. No fear right here. Absolutely no fear.
At night, he's been a bachelor handing out roses and breaking a few hearts. By day, he's an expert ER surgeon specializing in trauma, not drama.
I'm here with Travis Stork, who is the ER physician here on The Doctors. Did being in the ER in any way prepare you for being on television?
In a way, because TV's chaotic, and especially hosting a show like this, you really never know what's going to happen next. You have to go with the flow, and the ER is just one of those environments where you walk into work and you have no idea what you're going to do that day. But yeah, the first time I'm in the operating room and you're touching a heart, it's a surreal experience. The 10th time, you're used to it. Some people can't deal with blood. but almost anyone else, it's a learned response. I was a math guy in college, and I was working in a clinic, a free clinic, and I just admired what the doctors did, and I thought to myself, you know what? I want to do something where I walk out of the patient's room and I feel fulfilled. I feel like I've got that connection, that interaction.
Do you guys do a little dance before the shows?
Well,
Does that, you get motivated?
Energy, because one of the things about TV that's so interesting is so much of a show like this that has a live studio audience is about the energy that the crowd has.
Sure.
And so, yes, this is an environment where we're talking about medicine and health, but you get the crowd excited listening to music. We dance together before we come on stage.
So you must be an adrenaline junkie.
I do like never knowing what's going to happen, and it's a part of my life in the ER, the hobbies that I engage in, whitewater kayaking, mountain biking. I love to engage in adrenaline activities because it's what really makes me feel like I'm on top of my game.
When we return, Dr. Travis puts away his stethoscope and goes out to play.
The rest of the world melts away.
He and Dr. Jim are taking us off the clock. But first, we're scrubbing in with Dr. Lisa. She doesn't get a lot of downtime.
I delivered 2 babies this week.
Plus, Dr. Ordon gives us an exclusive tour of the set that doubles as an operating room.
I've done a chin augmentation.
Here?
Right here.
And later, can't believe how far medical miracles have come? You ain't seen nothing yet. Give me one of the biggest advances in the last 5 years in medicine. I'm Lisa Joyner, and welcome back to Infinity. When our next doctor isn't delivering babies or hosting a talk show, she's traveling around the world.
People don't realize it. The hand sanitizers, some teenagers are sniffing these to get high. Help them to find another high, and that's called life.
What's it like being the only woman on the set?
It really simulates what a woman's world is like in a lot of the fields that are male-dominated, like medicine, and also the fact that they chose a woman of color. I'm very proud, to be a representative of that, especially on television.
In your opinion, what is the most preventable disease ailment for women right now?
Cervical cancer. If you follow up with your preventative care, getting your pap smears and your regular exams, you really shouldn't, suffer from it. And we almost don't here in America. I'm an obstetrician as well, so I deliver babies. I delivered 2 babies this week. I'm a mother 24/7. I'm in the studio from, like 7 to 5. I love it, and then I try and fit in schedule time to, go to Africa or India, here in England, because I'm still doing my charity work.
Being the classic overachiever, Dr. Masterson's charity work is also highly impressive.
Can you tell her I'm going to listen to her lungs? So we're going to listen to your baby's fetal heart tone. People don't realize that women are still dying in labor in, countries that are very, very poor. We've been making great strides in just the last few years and setting up a birthing clinic in Africa and Kenya, actually starting an OBGYN residency program in Eritrea, which we've been integral in actually making the curriculum for and getting doctors for, and a clinic in India. So it's definitely doable, and more doctors should get in on that.
Do you still get excited every time you deliver a baby?
Oh God, yes.
I couldn't imagine.
Well, that's the beauty about obstetrics, is every single delivery is unique. It's all individual, whether I'm delivering in a Maasai village in Africa or in India or whatever. It's magic. It's magic every time it happens.
These doctors deserve a first-class high-tech set, and they've got it. Drew Ordon gave me the exclusive guided tour.
So come on up.
Okay.
You want to check it out?
Yes, absolutely. Now,
I feel a little strange up here without my colleagues.
you do. You feel all alone. I'll keep you company.
No. You're the honorary doctor here today
I'm the
with
fifth
me.
one.
Yeah, the fifth doctor,
Yes.
absolutely.
And what is this? Is this a working like X-ray area? You
Come
can-
into my office.
Okay,
This is called the exam room.
Okay.
Now this is to be differentiated from the procedure room.
Sure, sure.
Now right here.
You don't actually do any procedures. You just
I have done fillers here. I've done Botox. I've done lips. I've done a chin augmentation.
here.
Right here, I've
Wow.
removed a mole. I fixed torn earlobes. Right here.
Is this a working actual?
Yes.
Are these real actual
These are real.
X-rays?
These are. The thigh bone is connected to the hip bone. You see, we're real doctors.
I know you are. I know.
I actually know what's in those pictures.
I pay homage to you guys. What is back here? Is this where you guys enter?
Yes. Do you
Can we
want to
go back
come
here?
enter?
Yeah.
Do you want to come enter?
Yeah, it'd be great.
So we have what we call split entrances.
Okay.
So this would be our split entrance. I want you to be my guest doctor.
Oh, okay.
So you would be ahead of me.
Sure.
And then when they play the doctor's song,
And then I
we
go,
would go up.
cue.
We would cue and we would run to our spot. Otherwise,
Is this too much? Is this too much?
you can't overdo it. And right there is where I did a little Dancing with the Stars with Lisa Rinna. And they dropped a disco ball.
They did not.
When I did the Dancing with the
Are
Stars.
you a good dancer? Is that why?
No, but I was nervous. If I was making an incision on somebody's face, I wouldn't have.
Not nervous.
I'm never nervous.
Right.
But Dancing with Lisa Rinna up here, there was a little tickle inside. That was one of our best moments, and for me personally, the other one was when we had Joan Rivers up here next to me talking about plastic surgery. That was
I missed that one. I would love that one.
So this is where we hang out in between segments when we're ready to go out. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And you get briefed here sometimes, and you get made up sometimes.
We do. They
Okay.
touch up the makeup, the hair, all that good stuff. Come on in.
Thank you so
To the
much.
Procedure room. Sorry about the buzz. This actually is the CO2 laser that's warming up for the next show.
Does that get rid of wrinkles?
Well, actually, that laser will. We do resurfacing with CO2 laser. It's great.
Wow. Do you ever tell somebody, does anybody ever walk in or talk to you and that you say, you don't need whatever you're asking for?
Well, sure. I've had numerous, but off the top of my head, a really large, big gentleman came in and said, I want my nose done, and he hands me a picture of Shirley Temple's nose as a kid.
He did not.
He did, saying that.
And his name was Michael Jackson. No.
No, it wasn't. He has Shirley Temple's nose.
Up next, we've got a private consultation with one of the world's best pediatricians.
It may look like I'm tickling them, but I'm actually making sure they don't have appendicitis.
What you need to know about the health of your child.
What is one of the most preventable things in kids?
They can diagnose like a pro, but are they immune to the infectious infanity quiz?
ER's Dr. Ross specialized in what type of medicine?
I didn't ever watch ER. Sorry.
Infanity is back. I'm Lisa Joyner. Okay, what do you do if your toddler swallows a mouthful of dirt? Or how about gets a marble stuck up his nose? I don't know, but I definitely know the guy to call.
My name's Dr. Jim.
Uh-oh.
What? What? I bet you can do it.
I'm here with Dr. Jim Sears, who is a pediatrician on the show, The Doctors. When did you turn that corner and you go, oh, yeah, kids, I'm going to do that?
It was third year of medical school. When you start getting into the hospitals, you're working with patients, and I kind of realized I don't like working with old people, you know. And so I've just been around kids my whole life, and that's kind of what just came naturally to me.
For you.
Oh, let me see. A picture of me?
talking about farts and picking the nose and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, nothing's off limits.
How are kids as patients in general? Are they more forthcoming than adults, or?
You know, they really are. They don't lie to me. You know, they're pretty honest. And it's the funny thing, if you came to my office and watched me in action, you'd say, Jim, you're not being a doctor. You're just playing with kids all day. And that's kind of how you get them to open up. And, you know, it may look like I'm tickling them, but I'm actually making sure they don't have appendicitis.
What's the best part of doing the show for you?
The best part is this is fun. Not once have I come into work not in a good mood. You know, it's just fun to show up and do this.
The dancing. You guys do a little dance or a little to get energy. Tell me about that.
Oh, that's fun. You know, before the show starts, we get a little Beyonce going or some other fun music, and we just kind of start the moves. It gets the energy up, and it's good.
Should I stop now?
Well, it was really fun. I actually brought my son on the show, but he got lice, and it was funny. Just that morning, the producers had asked me if I had any patients with lice so that we could bring them on the show and treat them. And a few hours later, I get a call from the school. Your son has lice. Come pick him up. So I thought, hey, you're coming on TV with me.
The best place to look is kind of behind the ears, down towards the neckline.
When you're in your practice, you know, you're playing with the kids and diagnosing and all that sort of thing. Did that in any way set you up for a career in television?
No, not at all. And you know, when they pulled us 4 out of our offices and set us up on stage, you know, we didn't really have that much TV experience. When I'm in my office, I work one-on-one. You know, I maybe reach 20, 30 people a day, but in one show, we reach millions of people. And I can affect more kids in one show than I would in my lifetime in my office.
Can you name 3 TV shows with doctors?
Oh, House, which I love. Scrubs, which
Gotcha.
I love. And, Dr. Phil.
Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, and ER.
Can you name 3 TV shows about doctors in 20 seconds?
Doogie Howser, Quincy, and Grey's Anatomy.
Yes!
Quincy, where'd I come up with that?
ER's Dr. Ross was played by George Clooney. Specialized in what type of medicine?
Pediatric ER.
Yes, if you didn't get
Yes,
that.
I liked him.
Well, emergency medicine. No.
He was a pediatric ER doctor.
Very good. Well, I'm not going to say who, but one person didn't get that.
I didn't ever watch Sorry.
Which of the doctors would you trust to read your chart?
Drew's kind of a gossip guy, so I probably know. I'm kidding. You know, I trust all these guys. They've got my back. They know I've got their back.
Of the doctors, who would you trust to read your chart the most?
Myself.
When we come back, we're hitting the trails. They're going downhill fast. These doctors may need doctors.
It's so easy to wipe out.
And later, more medical maladies you've got to see to believe. What is the strangest ailment you've diagnosed, seen, heard about?
I think just today, the blue man. It turned him blue.
When they're not preparing for their next show or scrubbing up for surgery, these doctors like to get a little R&R out of the ER.
Hey, Infinity.
Hey, I'm Dr. Sears.
I'm Dr. Stork.
And we're off the clock.
We're off the clock.
Ready?
Let's do it.
I started mountain biking probably 25, 26 years ago when mountain bikes first started coming out. You know, back then they were made out of steel and they were heavy, but nowadays they're all carbon fiber and, you know, a ton of gears on them, and it makes it a lot more fun.
Year after college, I bought my first mountain bike and I fell in love with it. And I would go over the handlebars sometimes 5 times on a ride.
Ouch.
The beautiful thing about California has been that, you know, LA's a big city, but there are escapes within 15, 20 minutes of Hollywood, and Jim and I quickly found